is building cultural bridges through social media networks case study. Dr. Rima, you are welcome.
Okay, thank you very much. Can you please record my session? Is it?
Your session.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to my presentation. As you know, the revolution in information and communication technology has made the world a small village. People all over the world can now communicate through social media such as Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Skype, Telegram, WhatsApp, and others. People can use their smartphones, tablets, laptops to communicate. Some teachers are using social media for instructional purposes. In my study, I'm going to report on an Indian teacher and his students' experience communicating with foreign teachers across the globe via Skype. I'm going to describe the InterCultural Exchange. I'm gonna just tell you a little bit about the teacher, the students, the classroom setting, the international guest teachers, the procedures for connecting, the purposes of the intercultural exchange, and the effects of the intercultural exchange on students' English language skill development and cultural and global awareness. And at the end, I'm gonna just talk about a few challenges faced in such an activity. I was a guest twice in this intercultural exchange. In addition to that, I interviewed the teacher on Facebook Messenger. I asked him some questions. I also browsed through his Facebook page, posts, videos, pictures, comments, and checked some Indian newspaper reports about the teacher's experience and the school I'm gonna talk about. Now the teacher is Indian. His name is Hari Krishna Pacharo, and he teaches English at Zila Parishad High School in a village in southeast India. He has about 50 students, and their ages range between 12 and 15. He teaches 5 classes a day plus an extra hour for the Skype class. The students go to Zila Parishad High School, of course, and they are in grade 6 to 12. They study English, Hindi, and their local language. The chief minister in the Guntur state, where the school is, introduced English as a medium of instruction in all government schools. The students have the choice to study content courses such as math, science, social studies in English or in their native language. 75% of the students study in English because parents prefer that their children study in English. School starts at 9:30 in the morning, which is quite late, not like Saudi Arabia, until 4:45 p.m. in the afternoon, with a lunch break at 1:15. They take 4 classes before lunch and 4 classes after lunch. Classes last between 30 minutes and 40 minutes or 45 minutes. Now, in the pictures, you can see the classroom, the Skype classroom. It has colorful chairs. It has posters on the walls representing Indian culture. For example, they have a poster of Gandhi, of Taj Mahal, Indian poets, an Indian dancer, peacock. They have a smart board, they have an LCD projector, internet connection. Those were given by the government. Also, the local community helped modernize the classroom. The school alumni, for example, they donated the beautiful chairs and, of course, other things. In the classroom, they have a globe, they have a desktop computer, they have a bulletin board, they have like a small bookcase, they have flags all around the walls. Now, Harry started his intercultural exchange in August 2018. On his Facebook page, he has about 2,000 friends, about 1,275 photos, 850 video clips. He searches for international teachers on Facebook and adds them as friends. The aim of this intercultural exchange is to improve the students' English language skills, especially their ability to describe an incident or an experience, whether orally or in writing. The guest teachers come from all over the world: USA, Canada, Argentina, Chile, Germany, Japan, Korea, but not Kazakhstan, not yet. Jordan, Saudi Arabia, Tunisia, you just name it, many countries. Some of the guest teachers are school teachers and they teach English. Others are college professors. Some teach English, some others teach science, and some of them are even artists. The students have interacted with more than 200 schools in those countries. What Harry does, he uses Skype to connect with the guest teachers. He schedules a meeting and then he tries out the connection via Skype with the teacher, with the guest teacher in advance. Guest teachers meet with the students online only once for 40 minutes. Harry does this every single day. Each day, a different teacher from a different country talks to the students. The students interact and converse with those international teachers and sometimes even their students in English. Some of the guest teachers are native speakers of English, and for others, English is not their native language. It's a second language. With the help of the teacher, sometimes the students prepare questions in advance to ask the guest teacher, like they did with me. They asked me how they could improve their listening, speaking, reading, and writing skills. And at the end of the session, it was very nice of them to sing to me, but I did not understand anything, but the song was very nice. They gathered around the teacher and they sang for me. Some guest teachers and their students talk about their own culture. For example, a Turkish student talked about Turkish culture and education in Turkey and stuff like that. Now, because due to the coronavirus, students are studying online. So Harry is arranging guest teaching sessions by English teachers from the USA and Europe via Zoom and also WhatsApp. And now these are pictures of the guest teachers, students, and also the classroom. I'm here on the right. This kind of cultural exchange has many benefits to students. It has a positive effect on students' language skill development in English. The students have a chance to converse with foreign students their age and practice their English with them. This kind of activity enhances students' English language, especially listening and speaking, and it improves their pronunciation. They get used to different accents, whether native accents of native speakers like Canadian, British, Australian, and also non-native accents of English. Some of them, they try to pick up those accents and speak with a British or American accent. The short communication sessions with native speakers have improved students' vocabulary and writing skills. They have consolidated the students' vocabulary. The students learn new vocabulary, new functions, new grammatical structures, as you see in the pictures. They exchange letters with their pen pals in the different foreign countries. A music teacher from England advised the students to sing English songs to improve their language skills. And a science teacher from the USA showed the students a science experiment or demonstration. This kind of intercultural activity or exchange has a positive effect on students' cultural and global awareness. The students, even young ones, they learn names of countries, the location of their countries on the map, how their flags look like, how the currency looks like, names of some cities, capital cities, names of continents, even names of people, because names of people differ from one country to another. They also exchange information and pictures about their own culture and traditions, and they learn about the other cultures such as their history, antiquities, their food, art, traditions, costumes. Some teachers take the students, the Indian students, on virtual field trips of historical places around the world. For example, one Greek teacher took the students on a virtual tour in a museum. The students learn about natural phenomena in some countries, such as the Northern Lights in Finland and Sweden. What's also very nice is that the students receive gifts from other countries, such as books, t-shirts, and pens. Now, these are examples. Here on the left, you can see the virtual field trip to ancient Corinth, Greece. And also here some of the ruins, and this one is the Colosseum in Rome. This lady, she's a teacher from Morocco. She's showing them Moroccan tea, and here this teacher is showing them pizza. These students are showing them the currency. This is the Turkish flag. And here we can see the costumes. The students are wearing their just traditional clothes to school, and here more clothes and costumes. On the right, upper right-hand corner, also we can see some ethnic food or foreign food from other countries. Here again, the Moroccan flag. This is Shakespeare and art, Taj Mahal. This is also an Indian dancer. This is a Moroccan lady, Berber, wearing traditional clothes, some toys, and here more things. And also the students themselves, they show the foreign teachers and students their examples of their ethnic food, of their Indian food. And this one is also currency. They learn about other countries' currencies. Okay, in general, the students have fun. They enjoy this kind of activity, and they are it makes them more enthusiastic about learning, especially learning a foreign language, which is English in their case. They get to know how other students in other countries study and what they study. For example, these are children, guest children. they see what they are wearing. Here again, they are in the library, but not the same, different group. This teacher is showing them art. They learn to respect other cultures, and they overcome their fear and anxiety and xenophobia, and they gain self-confidence. They are exposed to the world at a young age, without having to leave their village. No ticket, no hotel, nothing. Now, here I'm citing some examples of the teachers, what the teacher said about the activities, the comments. Most teachers, they say nice things. Of course, after the activity, after each meeting with the teacher, what Harry does, he posts just short video clips of the meeting, and he always makes nice comments on the video and thanks the teacher and would tell about the benefits of the meeting to the students. Similarly, many teachers, they respond to Harry, and they say nice things. They encourage Harry, they encourage the students, they tell them that it's a fabulous, and like the videos were fabulous and valuable, and that they are inspiring, breathtaking tour around the world, or they appreciate what Harry is doing to the students. Similarly, they say it's great work and inspirational, successful learning engagements, and they tell him that he's an inspiring educator, and so on. So all the comments are very positive and encouraging comments. Now I'm going to talk about some of the shortcomings. For example, when I was the guest, there was an echo while I was in the meeting, due to the use of just a regular microphone, and because the room is big, so there was an echo, and it was difficult for me to understand the students' questions. Also, the students' accents, it was very difficult to understand. I had to ask them to repeat the question again and again, especially because there was an echo. For example, the students asked me how they could improve their listening, speaking, reading, writing skills, and I told them, but they did not take notes, for example, while I was answering the questions. When I browsed through Harry's Facebook page, all the comments were from the teachers, from the guest teachers. The students did not make a single comment. I don't know why. Maybe because they are shy, or because they have their own Facebook pages and they correspond with the students. I don't know. And also, although Harry told me that the intercultural exchange has a positive effect on students' English, it improves students' English, but as a matter of fact, if we look at it from the research point of view, there is no way to measure improvement in students' English as a result of communicating with foreign teachers and students, because there is no pre-test, no post-test, it's just a personal impression. There are no follow-up activities, for example, after the meeting with the guest teachers. For example, Harry does not ask the students to write, for example, a short essay or composition about the meeting with their impression, with telling what they have learned. And also, there are difficulties coordinating the sessions, especially because the teacher is in India and the guest teachers, some of them are in New Zealand or Canada or the United States, let's say California. So there is a huge time difference. When it's daytime in India, it's nighttime in Canada or the USA. With this, I come to the end of my presentation. I'm gonna post the video of this lecture on my YouTube channel so that people can watch it later on if they wish, those who missed the lecture. Okay, thank you very much. If you have any questions or comments, please go ahead. I'm ready.
Thank you, Dr. Rima, for your presentation. So, dear participants, any questions?
Yes.
Yes, please. Can you speak, please?
Hello.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes,
Olimjan?
go ahead, please.
I am Baymanas Falimjan. It's my question. I think you have results of
I can't hear at all.
analysis
I cannot hear at all.
forms and the possibles.
Yeah, Olimjan, I think you have some internet connections. Maybe you can write to our chat and we will read your question.
Can you please tell me what the question was? Can he write it in the chat?
Yes.
He can write it in the chat.
Okay, I will write on the chat.
Yes, please.
Yeah, while Olimjan is writing his question, maybe other participants have questions.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah,
Yes.
we can hear. Can you speak?
Okay. Yeah. Which nowadays tools or platforms you can recommend it for teachers?
I don't understand. I'm so sorry.
Yeah,
I'm so
Olimjan,
sorry. I
it's
don't
better to write,
understand.
yes. Yeah, poor internet connection, I think. Maybe you will write your question. Yeah, I think you will write. So, any other participants, do you have questions?
Yeah, by the way, can I ask Miss Reimjan a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
Miss Reimjan, thank you very much for your nice presentation. First of all, I benefited from very much. I'd like to ask you a question. Yes, learning a foreign language, we believe that on one hand, helps people in communicate with each other interactively, or let me say it just communicatively. Intercultural communication. It helps intercultural communication. But by the way, we are to teach that language. While we are teaching a language, we teach core skills, especially reading, writing, listening, and speaking. So I think this kind of intercultural activity, use of intercultural activity, helps students' speaking skill to improve. What about, for example, writing skill to improve, reading skill to improve, or grammar, for example, to improve? Can we use that?
Yes. Yes, we can. For example, reading, the students can read about the country from which the guest teacher comes from. And of course, some guest teachers, they taught the students grammar. For example, one of them from Korea, she taught the students the difference, how to pronounce either or either or, neither nor, neither nor, and how to use them. So some teachers, they teach the students some grammatical structures or even functions, and I have pictures of those. Speaking, because it's based on oral communication. So the students, they listen to the teacher, and they can ask questions. For example, here, you can see if plus past. So the teacher is explaining to the students the use of if and past and would and plus something. And also English vocabulary, ways to say happy, simple past tense, and there are many others, but I did not include them in the presentation. Writing, as I told you, they have pen pals from different countries, and they correspond with students, but I don't know how many students they correspond with. How many Indian students participate in this activity. So in principle, or basically, they can practice all skills. Listening, speaking together, and reading. They can read about the country, or the teacher can assign something to read. They can read the comments on Facebook. And writing, they can write like a short composition after each session. They can tell their impression about the guest teacher, the information, what they liked, what they did not like, and vocabulary and grammar. Some teachers teach them those, and at the same time, when the teachers speak to them, they use, of course, words that the students do not know. So this way they learn incidentally. It's not intentional, but through the flow of speech, they learn new vocabulary. Clear? Is that the answer? Clear, good enough?
Okay, please turn on your microphone.
Oh, my microphone?
No, not you. Yeah.
Excuse me. Okay. That's good enough. Nice answer and satisfactory answer. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you. Olimjan, would you like to ask your question? Will you repeat? Or you didn't get your question? Okay, Olimjan wrote.
Mr. Diyar, I think you can read from here.
Okay, go ahead. Let me see. I can't see
the chat. But the question is not clear yet. He said
okay, I'll see the chat. There are a lot of opportunity and platform today. What modern tools or platforms can you recommend for teachers to do what?
To teach online, I guess.
To teach online, there are lots of options. Zoom, Microsoft Teams, Google Classroom, or these are free. So there's a lot. But many people, they use Zoom because it's very easy, or WebEx. It's easy, but you have to pay, I think, for WebEx. So you can use anything that you like. If you want one that's free, you can use Google Classroom, you can use Zoom. Very bad connection. Okay, that's the only question that I have.
Yeah.
No more.
Thank you.
No more questions.
Thank you. I think your presentation is useful because nowadays many countries, they don't have opportunity to speak with native speakers to learn English, I think, and this is the good way to communicate with them.
It's a free activity. It's very free. For example, when he contacted me, I was happy to participate. I enjoyed it myself, and believe me, when I saw the classroom, I was really impressed, and I asked him, I said, is this a private school? He said, no, it's a government school. And then later on, when I wanted to do this study, I asked him, and he said, no, it was not like that. We updated the classroom. And then while I was reading, I found out that people donated money some donated money to buy the chairs, and some did this and some did that. So it's not a typical classroom. But it's a very nice activity that does not cost anything. Nowadays students are bored. They don't want to learn from the book or have a test. But this is an indirect way, a natural way to learn the language and develop, of course, their not only English. It can be done in any language, in Arabic, in Turkish, in Kazakh, in Kyrgyz. It can be done in any language.
Yes, I absolutely agree with you, Dr. Rima.
Okay.
Thank you for your presentation.
You're welcome.
Dear participants, unfortunately, the next speaker, who should, at 3 o'clock, he can't present today. That's why we have to have a one hour break. And our next presenter is at 4 o'clock, yes, because our two speakers, one speaker is absent today. He couldn't join us. And that's why next speaker will be at 4 o'clock. So we apologize for that. We can have one hour break, and at 4 we can start the next. We can listen to the next presenters.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Hello.
Yes.
Mr. Diyar,
Yes, please.
If there isn't any other presenter, then if we do not have restriction for time use for this presentation, and if there isn't any other question, can I ask one more question to Professor Reyma?
Okay.
Yes, of course.
Okay.
You can ask.
Ms. Reyma, I'd like to ask you one question. Imagine that in a week with a classroom, you have about 5 hours of English language teaching classes. 5 hours. How many hours of English teaching class could be used for this kind of interactive and intercultural interactive activity?
Well, in the case of this Indian school, everything is taught in English or in their native language. But like he told me, 75% of the students, they study in English. So all the hours are in English. And they have 4 before lunch, 4 after lunch. Imagine, it's a long day from 9:30 to 4:45 in the afternoon. That's about 7 hours or 8 hours. They take 8 classes a day. So, and this is an extra class on top of the 8 hours. And even Hari, he teaches 5 hours a day. He's not, spoiled, teaches 2-3 hours because he's teaching Skype, over Skype. He's doing this voluntarily. He's not even being paid for it. So he's volunteering this. He likes it. He likes what he's doing. So it depends on like how many hours of English. It depends on what the school or the university, why the school or university wants to teach English, the purpose for which they want to teach English. So it can be 2 hours, 3 hours, 1 hour, 2 hours. It depends. But if it's, and I think this activity can be used in all grade levels, even at the university level. For example, a few years ago, I conducted workshops, online workshops for graduate students in different countries, Saudi students. And the workshops were about research methodology and how to search for references on the internet. And the students were in the UK, in America, in Australia, here, there, in 6 countries. And one of them, one student, she coordinated, she did everything. She made the arrangements, she contacted the students, she coordinated the time and everything. So it can be done in different ways and at different stages. At the university, you can also teach, let's say, graduate students in different countries. If you wish, you teach a course, whichever course in education and linguistics, and your students, when you teach online, they can be anywhere in the world. They can hop in and join the class. For example, a friend of mine at Dammam University, she's teaching research methodology. She invited me, this was 2 weeks ago, she invited me twice, 2 days in a row, to participate in teaching that lecture. One was for 2 hours, one session was for 2 hours, and one was for 1 hour. So this activity can be done for half an hour, for 1 hour. Harry does it for 40 minutes because that's the class session. It's 40 minutes. And we can do it for any length of time. It can be for 1 hour, 2 hours. You can have like a host professor, I mean a guest professor from another university to give a lecture to the students. Now we are in different countries, even in Kazakhstan. Attendees are from different cities. Even they are, even if they are in Almaty, each of them is online from her or his home. I'm from Saudi Arabia, and we are communicating in real time, synchronously. So it's not difficult. It's really easy. You have to have the motive to do it. Oh, you're welcome.
Okay, thank you very much for your explanation.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
I'd like to. Hello?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, excuse me very much for disturbing again and again.
No, not at all.
Yes. Teachers, according to your explanations, teachers should be devoted and ideal teachers.
Yes.
And sometimes when they are not paid, they can be reluctant and they may not to organize this kind of extra lessons. So it is because of that, within the syllabus, within the program that we have to finish in some certain time. So what the percentage of lesson that we can, let me say, that use for these kinds of intercultural activities? Because of this, I asked this question.
You can do it once a week if you wish. I mean, it depends on you. Harry does it every day. You can do it once a week, twice a week, depending on your free time. Because it takes time to look for a guest teacher who's willing to participate, contact the teacher, try the connection. Because Harry, when he wanted me to be the guest, we scheduled one day and it did not work because his daughter was sick and he had to take his little daughter to the hospital. So we arranged it. We made another appointment for another day. And because of that, there were not too many students because it was late for them in the afternoon. So there were not many students in the classroom. So it depends on you. If you have the time, you have the guts to do it, you are motivated, you can do it as many times as you wish. Once a month, once a week. You can do it once per semester. It depends on you, and it depends on the activity. If you want to host, for example, a professor, a specialist, so one time is enough for, let's say, 1 hour, 2 hours. But if, in the case of Harry, he has high school students and junior high school students and even elementary. So because their school has all levels, all grade levels. So he can have a teacher every day if he wishes, because the sessions are not related to the courses. The teachers, they don't teach geography or mathematics or let's say history. Students learn about history, but in a natural way, indirect way. It's not, for example, like you want to teach me about the history of Turkey, or I want to teach you about the history of Saudi Arabia. It's not like that. I can take you to, let's say, King Abdulaziz Museum, and you see the antiquities in the museum, and you learn about the history of Saudi Arabia, not, in an indirect way, in a nice way, in an interesting way, not from the book. So it depends on the teacher. I cannot recommend a number of times or a number of hours. For example, me, I cannot do it every day because I have many commitments. I might do it like once a week, or let's say once a month, but not every day. Even if my colleagues want to host me, I can do it every week. Okay.
Yeah, but I think you and we and these kinds of, let me say it, such as DR, church people should inform the administrators about the benefits of the use of these kinds of extra activities, and these teachers who use these kinds of extra activities should be promoted by
Yes.
administrators.
He is supported by the school principal, because when I browsed, of course, I did not include all the pictures in the presentation. I tried to make it short. There are pictures of sessions where even teachers and parents and people from the community are in the classroom attending one of those intercultural exchanges. And he's supported by the local government, ministry, and by the community. And the other day he won a reward from Microsoft, and he applied for another reward because he asked me to nominate him. And the newspapers write about his activities and what he's doing with the students, and they take pictures and publish them in the papers. So he has all the support and all the appreciation and admiration, and everybody is just grateful, and even think that he's inspiring. So everybody is appreciating what he's doing. He's not doing it out of, because there are rules, there are restrictions. As a matter of fact, some even principals are even jealous. They don't want a teacher to do such a thing. And in order for him to modernize the classroom, of course, he's got to have, or to get the principal's approval, and even approval from the local ministry or educational administration in the state and in the village, in their community. So he's supported by the community. Without the community's support, India is a big country, and I don't think all schools can get such a classroom. Every single school, no. And even in his school, only his one classroom is like that. But he's got all the support. Without that, you cannot do anything. If the administration is against you, you know it, I know it, you cannot do much. You will be in conflict, and you will be fighting with the administration all the time. They will hate you if you go against them.
Yes, you're right. I agree with you.
Yeah?
Mr. Diyar,
Yes.
do you hear that?
Why is he the dean?
Yes, I think you should inform the administrator about that.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
I can give you a recommendation.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Yeah, if you host me, I'll give you a recommendation.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you to colleagues. So we will wait till 4 next speakers because they will join us at 4 o'clock. Because unfortunately, one speaker canceled his presentation due to some reasons. So that's why we can have break, or we can have here free talk to speak, to discuss, if you wish, because we have time. In about 40 minutes, the next presenter will join us.
Oh, wow. Well, we can take a coffee break.
Yes.
And yeah, go for coffee. I wish it was.
We can have coffee break.
I wish it was face to face because it's nice.
Yeah.
We eat at Sulaiman Demirel University, and it's very nice. Have coffee, stay in the dormitory there or in the hotel, university hotel.
So, Dr. Lima, you are currently working in Saudi Arabia, right? In
Yes.
King Saud University.
Yes.
So, what international partners do you have? In which country you are?
I don't know. I don't know. They don't invite me. I don't know. You see? Even like in my country, they don't invite me. Only foreign countries invite me. And now I'm retired. I don't work for them.
Okay. So, dear participants, if you have any questions, any comments, you can speak, you can ask. So then let's have a short break then. Not short, 40 minutes, because yeah, till the next presentation.